Have you ever walked into a Wells Fargo branch after a trip abroad, left over cash in hand only to be told, "We don't exchange that anymore"? Many travelers find themselves in this exact situation, expecting a quick and easy swap. Whether you're holding Iraqi dinars from travel or Vietnamese Dong from work overseas, the reality in 2025 is very different. Wells Fargo's international banking and foreign currency policies have shifted dramatically, catching many customers off guard. This update is crucial if you plan to travel, send money overseas, or deal with multiple currencies. Knowing the details can help you save money, avoid hassle, and make smarter choices. So let's tackle the question everyone asks. Can you still exchange Iraqi dinars or Vietnamese Dong at Wells Fargo today? The truth is not what most people expect. For the everyday customer, Wells Fargo no longer exchanges cash for foreign currencies at its branches. This change has been in place for years as U.S. banks step away from in-person currency services. At one time, you could visit your local branch with leftover bills and easily trade them for dollars, euros, pounds, or yen. That option has almost disappeared, especially when it comes to less common currencies like the IQD or VND instead. Retail customers now need to turn to other banks or specialized currency services to complete their exchanges. Being aware of this shift can prevent the frustrating experience of showing up at a branch and leaving empty-handed. But there is one important exception that many people don't know about. Wells Fargo does still handle foreign currencies, but only for premier or private banking clients. These accounts typically require balances of $250,000 or more. With that status, you can order currency online or by phone and even arrange branch pickup or home delivery. For everyone else, however, options are much more limited unless you're willing to upgrade to a higher level of banking. If you often use currencies like the dinar or dong or need them for frequent travel, this distinction can completely change your strategy. Knowing ahead of time which services you qualify for saves both money and time. One area Wells Fargo still supports strongly is international wires. Customers can send funds to over 200 countries, including Iraq and Vietnam, but the details matter. Wires require accurate information, such as account numbers, SWIFT or IBAN codes, and recipient bank details. Online wires usually cost $15 to $30, while phone or branch-initiated transfers often cost $45 or more. On top of that, the receiving bank may charge its own fees, and delivery times vary. Payments to Europe or large Asian markets are usually faster, while wires to Iraq or Vietnam may take several days. If you're sending significant sums in dinars or dong, being aware of timing and fees is key to avoiding unpleasant surprises. Wells Fargo also offers another option, global remittance, powered by Western Union. This service can be more affordable than traditional wire transfers, especially for small amounts. However, the exchange rates aren't always favorable, meaning you could pay less in fees, but lose more in conversion. For anyone sending IQD or VND, it's essential to compare the total cost, factoring in both service charges and exchange rate margins. Doing the math before sending money ensures you don't end up paying more than necessary. In many cases, online money transfer services may deliver better value overall, particularly for frequent or high-volume transfers. For travelers carrying foreign currency, Wells Fargo's membership in the Global ATM Alliance can provide some relief. This network lets customers withdraw cash abroad from partner ATMs without Wells Fargo's usual ATM fee. In Europe, banks like Barclays, Deutsche Bank, and BNP Paribas are part of the network. In Asia and Oceania, Westpac offers the same benefit. Still, most accounts carry a 3% foreign transaction fee on withdrawals and purchases. Some credit cards, like the Propel card, waive these fees. But most basic cards don't. Understanding these differences can make a big difference in your overall travel costs, especially if you plan to use a TMS or cards in Iraq or Vietnam. Another overlooked step when traveling is notifying Wells Fargo of your plans. Without a travel notice, your card activity may be flagged as suspicious and blocked, leaving you unable to access funds. Fortunately, setting a travel notice is easy through the app, website, or customer service line. It's a small detail that prevents major headaches abroad. The mobile app also allows you to check balances, transfer funds, and monitor transactions in real time, which is especially helpful when dealing with IQD or VND overseas. Getting these tools set up before you travel ensures you stay connected and in control wherever you go. That said, there are some services Wells Fargo simply doesn't provide, and knowing these limits is just as important as knowing what they do offer. For example, the bank does not provide multi-currency accounts for retail customers, which would allow you to hold balances in different currencies. They also no longer issue foreign drafts or checks, nor do they provide currency hedging services for smaller businesses. If you're a small business handling dinar or dong payments, you'll likely need to rely on specialized providers. Many find services like Wise or other online platforms to be more cost-effective and flexible, so where should everyday customers look instead? Alternatives do exist. AA members often have access to currency exchanges at more competitive rates than airport counters. Some local credit unions may still offer access to less common currencies like IQD or VND. Online services like TravelX let you order currency for pickup or delivery. For transfers, Wise is a favorite for its low fees and transparent rates, while Western Union and MoneyGram remain options depending on the situation. Comparing convenience, exchange rates, and fees across these choices helps you avoid costly mistakes. For travelers, the best approach is to prepare currency before leaving the U.S., relying on Wells Fargo for physical dinar or dong after you return is no longer realistic. Keep receipts and confirmation numbers for all transactions, and make sure you're set up for online and mobile banking before departure. Many experienced travelers also maintain accounts at more than one bank, using institutions like Charles Schwab, which reimburses worldwide ATM fees, or Capital One, which offers credit cards with no foreign transaction fees. Mixing Wells Fargo with other banks often provides the best combination of flexibility, savings, and convenience. Exchange rates are another key factor that often gets overlooked. Wells Fargo, like most banks, adds a margin on top of the mid-market rate, which increases costs. This margin is often larger than what dedicated transfer services charge. For customers moving money in dinars or dong, these rate differences can add up significantly, especially on larger sums. When combined with wire fees, the total expense may far exceed what you'd pay using an alternative. Comparing rates in advance and planning your transfers strategically can lead to major savings. Transfer speed is another consideration. While payments to major markets may clear in 1 or 2 business days, wires to Iraq or Vietnam often take 3 to 5. This is critical if you're working on a deadline. Customer service can also be limited when it comes to international currency issues, as Wells Fargo's scope of foreign services is narrower than in the past. Using online tools to track transfers helps minimize delays and confusion. Students abroad or professionals working internationally may also find other banks or online platforms better suited for their needs, particularly when frequent transfers are involved. For small businesses, Wells Fargo's international services may also fall short. While large corporations enjoy access to specialized tools like currency hedging, smaller enterprises do not. This means fees, slower transfers, and unfavorable exchange rates can eat into profits. Many business owners turn to services designed specifically for international payments, which often deliver faster and cheaper results. Recognizing these limitations helps you build a better financial strategy and avoid costly setbacks. In the end, Wells Fargo has dramatically scaled back its role in foreign currency exchange for the average customer. While premier clients still have access to select services, most people will need to plan differently. International wires remain available, but they come with higher fees and weaker exchange rates than specialized competitors. By preparing ahead of time, comparing alternatives, and using multiple institutions strategically, you can manage foreign transactions more effectively. Whether you're sending Iraqi dinars home, receiving Vietnamese Dong for business, or planning your next trip abroad, awareness and planning are the keys to making your money work for you, not against you.